Welcome, fam. Welcome to your daily Hatha yoga practice. My name is Will. If you don't know me, my name is Willie or Will. You can call me either or. This is Free Will Yoga. I am here at Valkyrie Healing Center in Ocean Beach, California. That's San Diego, California. And today's practice, we will incorporate some breath, which is really our key and guide to any asana practice, or even just in our yoga practice. And then we'll get into our physical practice. Before we do so, please honor your body and honor where you are. So if you are injured or if you have a pre-existing condition, even perhaps if you're pregnant, please consult your physician, your doctor. Listen to your body. Know that you can be injured in yoga, so it's very important that you're mindful of the postures that you're in, how your body feels. I'm here to help you and support you. Obviously, I can't be with you to guide you and help you with my hands, but I have, as you can see, blocks to help for support. I have a blanket. I'm also sitting on a meditation cushion. You can use a bolster or you can use a pillow, anything to help support you in any way to help your body be at its best and more comfortable and safe. That's the most important thing. So with that being said, again, I'm here to just guide you, give suggestions, and share this practice with you. Honor you where you are. So if there's times where you just need to just sit down and breathe, do so. You want to find a child's pose or just start in Shavasana, it is perfectly fine. You are free to do you. With that being said, I want to thank you for joining me and thank you for being a part of this community. We're going to start with our breath. The breath is going to be the key component in the practice. I am going to, one, guide you through your breath, and then we'll start moving the body according to the breath. So find a nice, comfortable seat wherever you are. Do your best to find a place where you can be, find distraction or distraction-free. You don't need a mat. You can use a rug, or you can just do it simply on the floor. It is helpful to have props as well. Okay? So let's find a nice tall spine. So engage the core, sit up through or lift up through the chest and soften the shoulders away from your ears. And take a deep inhale and fill up through the lungs. And then open mouth, exhale. Allow your air to empty all the way up so the muscles in the core will contract. And then when we fill up, it will fill up and expand like a balloon. So inhale, belly expands through the rib cage, chest. And then an exhale, release. And squeeze all the air out. Again, inhale to fill up. Belly, rib cage, chest. And exhale, release. Let go. Again, inhale. Expand. Fill all the way up. And then exhale, release. No forced exhale, just let the air simply exit out freely. Again, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So right now, I'm inhaling through the nose and exhaling with an open mouth. Now we're going to switch it up and bring in more oxygen. So we're going to breathe in through the mouth. Inhale. And exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale. Now seal the lips and breathe in through the nose. Inhale. And exhale through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. So this is considered an ujjayi breath. You might hear a hollow sound or maybe an ocean-like wave sound in the back of the throat when you inhale. Inhale. And exhale. You choose the breath that feels comfortable for you as we go through the asanas. Sometimes we may need a nice, calm, cooling breath. And often for me, that's just breathing through the nose and out through the nose. Sometimes I need a more energetic breath, so that's where I might breathe through the mouth and out of the mouth. You play around with the breath because your breath is your life. We can't do any of this without an inhale and an exhale. So, let's begin with our asana practice. Sit up nice and tall. The legs can be crossed or you can extend the legs out to the side. We're going to work the upper body, just a quick warm up in the upper body, then we're going to move to standing. Take a deep inhale, fill up nice and tall. Open mouth, exhale. Release, let go. Shrug the shoulders through the ears on the next inhale. And exhale, let them fall down. Inhale. Exhale. On the next inhale, circle the arms up overhead. On the exhale, spread the fingers wide, cactus the elbows towards the lower back, opening up to the heart space. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, open up. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, sit up tall. On the exhale, drop the right hand down by your side. Inhale to reach the left arm up, and then find the side bend. Maybe the gaze goes up, and then you spiral the rib cage open and send the breath through the rib cage, expand it. So you can send your breath anywhere in the body. We don't only breathe through the mouth and the nose, our skin is always breathing, the organs, everything in the body. Beautiful. On the next inhale, let's come back to center. Reach both arms up. Exhale, drop the left hand down, reach over. Sit up tall here with the spine, so I'm not dipping over. I want to stay nice and tall. Expand through the rib cage. On the exhale, maybe you reach a little further. If the gaze up is too much with the neck, you can always gaze down. Inhale. One more exhale. Let's come back to center on the next inhale. Reach both arms up. We're going to find a twist to your right. Taking the left hand over the right knee. The right hand comes behind the small of the back. Lift up through the spine on the inhale. And then find a light twist. Maybe your gaze goes over that right shoulder peeking behind you. Stay with your breath. Inhale. One more exhale. We'll come back to center on the next inhale. Reach both arms up. Deep inhale and exhale. Find a twist to your left. Again, taking that opposite hand to the opposite knee, sitting up nice and tall on the spine. Your back hand come back behind the back. That gives you support as you lift up through the chest. Easy exhale. Let's come back to center on the next inhale. Reach both arms up. Cactus and open on the exhale. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, relax the hands down to the sides. Extend the legs out in front of you. I'm going to come off my cushion. If you're not on the cushion, that's all right. Find your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. This is Dandasana or staff pose. Flex the toes to the face. Engage the lower core, lift up through the chest, palms out to the side. Nice and tall. Take a deep inhale. Stay rooted in your exhale. Next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Practice and open on the exhale. Inhale to reach. On the exhale, we're going to find a forward fold. Now, if the hamstrings are really tight, you can bend at the knees, connect the core to the thighs, reach the chin over the knees, and then find a bend. You can always extend the legs out a little further, lift up, nice tall spine here, and then find a fold. So really finding that nice deep stretch in the hamstrings. Stay with your breath. Allow your breath to find some space in the body. Mind-body connection here with the breath. Inhale. Let something go on the exhale. I'm going to stay here for 2 more breaths. You breathe. On the next inhale, slowly rise. Reach the arms up overhead. Whew. Exhale, relax. Shake out the legs. Now we're going to bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, like so. Sit up nice and tall. And we're going to allow the knees to fall from one side to the other. Just warming up the hips here. So be mindful of the breath. See if you can just allow yourself to be here and only here. Not thinking about what's happening next. Don't bring the past into the present right now. Just be here. Beautiful. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to drop that drop your left knee down and then extend the right leg out in front of you. Take the sole of the foot inside the thigh here. Sit up nice and tall. And on the exhale, rotate to that straight leg and find a fold. Now you can come here where the place the hands on your mat or the floor, or you can extend a little further, reach. You should feel a nice stretch here in the hips. Go to wherever you feel good. You don't have to match me. If this is good for you, be right here and breathe. A little deeper on your last exhale. On the next inhale, come back to center. Gather your knee into the chest or the armpit. Make some rotations here. And then we're going to place the hands behind the thigh and then find some extensions and flexions, some rotations, just warming up the ligaments here before we go to standing. Relax that leg down. We'll gather the right knee. Open up the hip first, and then bring the sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Sit up nice and tall, reach the arms up. Rotate towards that straight leg, and then find your fold. Again, leading with the chest. So if you're here, be here. Notice how my chin is here. So that way, if I do this, I'm going to round through my back and find some stress in the upper back. So reach with the chin, and then find that forward fold. I feel this stretch right here in my hips, also in the hamstring as well. The more I reach. The key here is your breath. The mind's going to fluctuate. You're going to start maybe questioning things, talking, having that conversation in your head. Be the witness of that, but come back to the breath. That's the practice. One more inhale. Soft exhale. Find a little deeper stretch. Next inhale, slowly begin to rise. Gather the knee into the armpit. Find some rotations behind the thigh here. Stretch and flex. Don't forget the ankles. And then we're gonna relax the legs down. Beautiful. Now, heels, open up the hips, and then come into a butterfly. You can grab the toes, you can grab the ankles, the shins, sit up nice and tall, lift up through the chest. So notice I can be here, or I can sit up tall, press the hips forward, straightening the arms. The chest comes through, take a deep inhale. Maybe your gaze goes up, and then on the exhale, I'm going to tuck the chin and now round through the back, pressing away from the feet. Nice stretch in the upper back here, in the middle back. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Come back to center. Maybe flap the wings. Beautiful. Now we're going to grab knees, bring them in together. Give yourself a hug around the shins. Then we're going to swing the legs to either side. We're going to come into a tabletop or cross at the ankles. And then once you're in your tabletop, find some organic movement. So we're going to stack the shoulders over the wrists. The key now that we've changed our position, we've changed our foundation of support of the body, we're going to have to use the arms and legs for support moving forward. Always stack your joints. Safest way. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Hips, knees. So I have nice, solid foundation. The difference might be if I'm here like this. Also, sometimes you might see this. So I'm putting stress in my shoulders here, in the muscles and the joints. But I'm here, I can have less stress. Now we're going to find a few rounds of cat-cow. You can tuck the toes or untuck here. I like to untuck the toes. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, hips to the sky, cow pose. On the exhale, tuck the chin and round through the back. Really tuck the tailbone, creating a hollow core. Inhale to a cow. And exhale to your cat. Now, if you have wrist issues, if the wrists are really bad here, you can bring a towel and then roll up that towel and then use that, grip the towel with your hands. Okay, and that'll give you some support. You can also use blocks as well for support. Okay, I usually grip them this way and then use that support. And you can do cow and cat. Now we're going to find a child's pose. So bring the toes to touch. Sit the knees wide here. Toes to touch, knees wide. Sit the hips back and extend the arms out in front of you. The heart melts towards your mat. Forehead connects. Spread the fingers wide and reach with the fingertips as the hips sit back. So often here, in a child's pose, sometimes the hips are really tight. You might be here like so, okay? Sometimes I like to put my blocks in between my calf and my hamstring here, this crease here. That'll help with the hips, so I can sit the hips back a little deeper. You can also use a towel as well, or a blanket. Roll that up, and then place that here, like so. So stay here for about 2 breaths. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly press up into our tabletop. If you had a blanket or the blocks in between the legs, remove those. start to build some heat and move up to the feet. So here, we're going to step the foot back, find a stretch here in the calf. And then the left leg. Now, pressing through the arms here, extend the right leg back behind you. Flex the toes. Now bring the knee to nose as you round to the back. And reach. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Tabletop. Left side here. Extend in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tabletop. Now we're going to come into a plank. So notice how my shoulders now are stacked over the wrists. I'm going to shift the weight forward now. Now I have to really use those arms and the upper body, pressing through, and I'm going to tuck the tailbone. This is a supported plank. You can stay here, or you can extend and come back into a high plank or the top of a push-up. Stay for a breath. Trying to do our best to keep the spine nice and long here. And then slowly lower down onto your mat on the exhale. We're going to come into a baby cobra. So the hips are connected into your mat. Untuck the toes. Press the tops of the feet down onto the mat. Okay? Elbows towards the hips. On the inhale, slightly tuck the chin, peel up. This is a baby cobra. Squeeze the glutes here. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Tuck the toes. Keep the palms up underneath the shoulders. On the inhale, you're going to press up into a high plank or to the knees. The knees there. Take a deep inhale. On the exhale, we'll find a down dog. We'll find that inverted V shape. Now, notice the hips are going straight up to the sky. Nice flat back. Tuck the chin slightly. Maybe the gaze goes to the feet or to the navel. Spread the fingers nice and wide. If this is really much with straight legs, you can always bend here. This can be a down dog. This can be a down dog. Okay? So any variation that feels good for you. Take the chest to the thighs. The heels do not have to make a connection. Notice that mine don't always. Now if I walk up closer, then they will. I want to balance in legs and arms as I press the mat away. I'm not dumping into my shoulders here. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth exhale. Look up to the top of your mat and then travel a little step or hop. We'll come into a forward fold. Now in this forward fold, you can always use blocks to bring the floor to you. So you can come to the higher stand or lower depending on your body. You can always bend at the knees to take some pressure off the hamstrings and the lower back. Release the head, neck, and shoulders here. So many variations of a forward fold. Here, ideally I want to make a connection with the core and the thighs. And then allow the upper body to be nice and long as we rebound that energy up the legs to the hips. Take a full deep inhale and an exhale. On the last exhale, release the hands down to the side. Now the feet can be close together like so, touching, or they can be up underneath the hips. They can be wider. Again, your body, you do what's good for you, what feels comfortable and safe for you. On the inhale, we're going to halfway lift. So fingertips may be up the shins, flat back, hip up, shining the heart space. The chin can stay level, slightly tucked. This could be your halfway lift. This could be a halfway lift. And then release. We'll do that again. Inhale to a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release. Fully rise. Inhale, go down through the feet, rise, taking the energy up the legs. Our sun salute. Urdhva is the Sanskrit word, full body extension, reaching both arms up. Slightly tuck that tailbone. Engage the core, lift up through the chest. And then soften in the shoulders here. So I'm not shrugging the shoulders, I'm soft. Spread the fingers wide. Take a deep inhale. And then on the exhale, cactus the elbows, open up through the heart space here. So I'm pressing, opening up. Inhale to reach tall. Bring prayer palms to heart center. Equal standing pose. As you press the palms together, relax the elbows down to the sides. Press the thumbs into the sternum here. And find your breath. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do breath to movement here. We're going to go through a sun salutation. This sun salutation is an Ashtanga style sun salutation with a high plank, an up dog or a cobra into a down dog. I will show you different variations. You do what's good for your body, what feels right for your body. Yeah. Let's begin. Standing at the top of your mat, we'll start in Tadasana. This is mountain pose. Palms facing forward. Activate the arms here. So I'm not like this. Palms are out, arms are extended. Chest shining forward. On the inhale, circle the arms up overhead. Bring the palms to touch here. Take a deep inhale. Find the back bend, slide. Inhale to lift tall, then find your forward fold on the exhale. Release. Maybe the arms come out extended, or the arms adhere to prayer palms, if this is too much for you. And then we fold forward. Let it go. Find a halfway lift. And then on your exhale, plant the palms, step back into your high plank. Shift the weight forward here. You can drop down to the knees. And then lower all the way down to your mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale to a cobra pose here. So we're going to lift up through the chest, pressing the palms. Elbows stay bent. And then exhale, release. We're going to press up into a high plank or the tabletop. Inhale, exhale, we'll find our down dog. Inhale, look up, top of your mat. Exhale, travel to a forward fold. Maybe a step, a jump, hop, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Rise, inhale. Back bend, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. We continue. Exhale. Step back. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Halfway lift. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale. Rise. Exhale, back bend. Inhale. Fold, exhale. Another variation here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back. High plank. You can drop down to the knees, use the blocks. Inhale to open up heart. Exhale, you can send it back into a child's pose. Whichever variation is for you. You decide. You can always add or skip. You can make variations in between or within a class here. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Let's come back. I'm going to move back to my down dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step up, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Now we're going to find our chair pose. My knees are stacked over the ankles, sit the hips down. And then inhale to rise. You can bring palms to heart center, extend the arms out. Engage the lower core, tuck the tailbone just slightly here, lift up through the chest. Now if my knees are too far forward, I'm going to put pressure in the knees, so I'm going to sit the hips back and then sit down, lift up. So notice I have a little arc in the back, I can just tuck the tailbone slightly. Chair pose. You can extend the arms out to frame the face, here or here. Stay for a breath. You can wiggle the toes. The weight's kind of in the heels here as I lift up through the chest. Sit down on the exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, find the back bend. Reach tall on the inhale. Find a forward fold on your exhale. Halfway lift on the inhale. On the exhale, you're going to plant your palms. You can use the blocks here, and we're going to step back into a low lunge. The left knee is stacked over the left ankle. The right leg is back. You can drop that back knee now. You can keep the toe tucked or untucked. I like to use the blocks here just to warm up. Inhale to lift up through the chest. It'll look like this without the blocks. And we're going to warm up the hamstrings. So I'm going to straighten that left leg, come into a split here. Again, notice how I'm using the blocks for support to bring the floor up. You can play around with flexing the toe and then pointing. Then we'll come back to center. Again, tuck the toe, lift the knee, low lunge. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, step up into a forward fold. Halfway lift on the inhale. And then on the exhale, plant the palms, step the left foot back. Right knee stacked over the ankle, drop the back knee. You can untuck the toe, lift up through the chest, pressing the hips forward here. Deep inhale. And then we'll straighten that front leg, coming to a half split. Again, pointing and flexing the toe, breathing into the hips and the hamstring. Yeah, let's come back to center. Tuck the back toe, lift the knee. Step up to a forward fold. Exhale. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhale to a fold. Fully rise, bend the knees perhaps, and come all the way up. Urdhva full body extension. Reach the arms up. Find an open heart. Anuvattasana, cactus view, heart open here in the arms. Inhale to reach tall. Prayer palms comes to heart center. Equal standing pose. Take a deep inhale. Tadasana, mountain pose. Find your breath. We're going to move to an open hip series. What I mean by open hips, right now my hips are facing forward. An open hip series means that one of these hips are going to open up. So notice how I move my foot open here, and then I open this up. That'll be our warrior ones and so on. Do the best what feels good in your body. Make sure that you have a good foundation in your feet, from the legs, and then all the way up. Let's begin. Sitting at the top of your mat, take a deep inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, back to smoke. Inhale to reach. On your exhale, bring the palms down to heart center. We're going to step that right foot back into a little lunge like so. So notice what happens here. I'm going to plant the heel down onto the mat. So both feet are facing forward right now. I'm going to come into a pyramid pose. You can bring the palms to here, to heart, or you can bring the palms back behind you, like so. Or you can wrap the hands behind you. Many variations, you can bring the hands to the hips. So again, hips are square. This back foot is on the floor like so. And then I find a bend. Straight leg, encouraging that left hip backwards and the right hip forward. Again, you can use the blocks here. Stay with your breath. Stay a nice, smooth, deep inhale, calming exhale. Beautiful. We're going to step up to a forward fold, and then we're going to step the left foot back to our pyramid. Hips are square here. Both feet are planted on your mat. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Step up to a forward fold. Now we're going to step the right foot back. And now we're going to spin that back foot to parallel to our mat. Okay? And then the heel to arch alignment will set up our foundation with the feet. So, very simply, it looks, one foot is here, the other foot is like this, and then I just spread it back like that. Okay? This is my warrior two stance. Depending on the flexibility in the hips, if you have knee problems, I want to make sure that you have a strong foundation. So the front knee is always going to be stacked over the ankle. The back foot, I'm pressing through the pinky side of that back foot, so I'm making a full connection. Doing the best I can to keep this leg straight. The key here is your inner knee. So what happens is sometimes is people, the knee will come in like that. Okay? We want to make sure that the knee stays in alignment with the hip. More so, you're pressing that knee out just slightly here. So the knee is going in the same direction as the toes. I'm going to tuck the tailbone, lift up through the chest, and extend the arms out into a T. Virabhadrasana 2. This is our warrior two stance. The gaze will go over that middle finger, and you sit in your power. You can shrug the shoulders and then sit down a little deeper. You don't have to be as wide. You can also come to here. You can come to here. You can do warrior two here. Whatever feels good for you. Find a deep inhale. Sit down a little deeper on that exhale. Stay for a breath. And we're going to straighten the front leg. Keep the feet exactly where they are. Flip the palm and then reach up and back. So notice the back hand goes down the leg, or I can wrap it behind the small of the back. I can also really reach. So sometimes I see this. I really want to extend that arm. And then find a nice stretch here along the front body. Maybe the gaze goes down or goes up. One more inhale. Come back to your warrior two on your exhale. Beautiful. Now we're just going to come back, spin the feet back into a low lunge, and we're going to step up into our or mountain pose, like so. Beautiful. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, step the left foot back or the opposite foot. We'll set up for our foundation. So we're going to spin that back foot to parallel to the back of the mat. Front heel aligned with the back arch. Right knee stacked over the ankle like so. Tuck the tailbone up and underneath you. Lift up through the chest. Extend the arms out to the sides. Palms are facing down, really reaching with both arms, and then my gaze goes to the front as I sit down in my warrior two. Stay for a breath here. Notice if the arm starts to come down, really extend through those shoulders. Take a deep inhale. One more exhale. Beautiful. Straighten the front leg. Flip the palm, reach up and back. That hand comes down the leg or wraps behind the back. Really reach. Feeling that stretch through the side body. Stay rooted in this back leg and that front. If you're hyper flexible and this leg is like really pressing in like so, find a slight bend. We don't want to hurt or damage the ligaments. Really reach. Maybe the gaze goes up or it goes down. Stay here for a breath. Stay in the moment. Stay in the posture. One more inhale. Exhale, come back to your warrior. And then we're going to spin the foot back like so, and then step up. Take an inhale to reach up. Exhale, open up. Inhale. Prayer palms come to heart center. Exhale. Now we're going to prepare for our balancing postures. We're going to keep it simple today. Again, every day I'm going to add on, and we're going to get a little bit more have more challenge. Today, Ekapada Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. So stand at the top of the mat, feet square or feet parallel to each other. Again, the feet can come to hip distance or together. Find a nice balance. I like a nice little separation. On the inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Cactus and open on the exhale. Reach tall on the inhale. Find your chair pose on the exhale. So bring prayer palms to heart center. Sit down into your chair pose. Now we're going to use your glutes to bring up this right leg. So on the inhale, root down to the left. Inhale, lift the right leg off the mat. Now, if you are here, that's fine. I can always use the blocks for support. So if I'm here, I can use the blocks. If my balance is really a little wanky today, I can also stack it a little higher. Go here. I can also go here, a little higher. And if this is where you are, be here. It's all good, really. Or you can lift the knee to hips height, flex the toe, sit up nice and tall. Now, anytime you fall out of a balancing posture, don't beat yourself up. That is not the goal. The goal is to find your center through your breath, okay? Without judgment. Find that peace, unconditional love, patience for yourself, childlike. Deep inhale. Maybe extend the arms up overhead, maybe a tree, or here, out to the sides. Try to find that calm balance here. Now we can play around by extending the leg out a little bit, pressing the heel away from us. Find some opening in the hips. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, relax that foot down, arms down to the side. Come back to your equal standing pose, prayer palms to heart center. Find a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. We're going to go to the left side. Inhale. Circle the arms up overhead. Cactus and open, exhale. Reach tall, inhale. Prayer palms come to heart center, sit the hips down. Chair pose. Utkatasana. This is a fierce pose here. Root down through the right, lift through the left. Inhale to lift. Find your variation, find your center, your balance. If you fall out, that's okay. Come back in, refocus. It's about your devotion and just your willingness to just try. I don't call it failure. You just try and try and try. Let's extend that leg out. And in, and again. Out, in, open it up. Bring it close. One more time. Good. Take a deep inhale. Roll the feet. The hands up. Retreat. And then relax. Take a deep inhale. Open up. Exhale. Stand tall, inhale. On the exhale, fold forward. Find a halfway lift here, inhale. And then on the exhale, you're going to step back into your high plank or tabletop. And then we're going to lower all the way down onto the mat. So when you lower down onto the mat, keep the elbows in tight here. I'm not coming down like this. I'm keeping the elbows in nice and tight. We're going to prepare for our back strengthening exercises here. So the feet planted down. You can zip up the legs, or they could be wider. Hips are connected into the mat. Really squeeze the glutes. We're going to extend the arms out in front of us like so. And on the inhale, it's going to be opposite arm, opposite leg. So inhale, as I press the hips down into the mat, I'm going to lift the left arm and lift the right leg, pointing the toes. Not here, here. Keep the head nice and down, or nice, the neck nice and long. Chin tuck. Inhale to reach. Lower down. Now the right. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, really reach here. Exhale, release. One more time, inhale. Left arm, right leg. Exhale. Right arm, left leg. Exhale. Now we're going to do both together. Zip up the legs. Press the hips down, squeeze the glutes. On the inhale, arms, legs come up. Take flight. If you want to, you can come and bring the arms here. The arms can come back behind. You can interlace the hands. Really lift up. Squeeze the glutes. My glutes are really tight and hard here. Deep inhale. Exhale, release. Relax the hands down to the side. Find a cheek to relax on. Beautiful work. Bring the heels up to the sky, windshield wiper the legs, one side to the other. Take a deep inhale and then sigh out your exhale. Relax the feet back behind you. Stay here, stay centered. The practice is happening within your breath and your concentration. Plank the palms here up underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes and press up and back into a child's pose. Take an inhale and an exhale. One more inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. Let's press up to a tabletop. We'll come into a seated position, so sit on one hip, swing your legs around. Coming then into our cool down here. Almost there. Little core, hip flexor, strengthening here. Boat pose. We're going to make sure that we are finding our sit bones, or balancing sit bones. You can bring the knees to the chest, give yourself a hug first. Lift up through the chest. Watch the progression here. So as I lift up through the chest, now I lean back a little bit, the feet are off the mat. I have my balance. Now I can release the hands. You can bring the
fingertips down to the floor for that balance. Now if this is where you are today, be here. It is perfectly fine wherever you are. Actually, it's all that is wherever you are. Yep. Now we can add on layers. You can take off. You can release the hands off the mat. You can grow your branches. You can bring the hands behind the mat. You can play around here. But we're just trying to find that center balance and breathe. Deep inhale. Now we can add on layers. So whatever's feeling good for your body if you want to challenge. Okay? Palms behind the knees. I can bring the shins to parallel. As I lift up through the chest. No rounding of the back here. Lifting up. I can release that and keep that here. Keep my focus straight. Deep inhale. Arms can come out in front. I can also add on, now with counterbalance, I'm pulling my knees to me as I kick the legs away from me. So now my body has a natural balance here, so my arms are really activated. I could also take the peace fingers in between the big toes and then press the heels away from me as I pull. Lift up through the chest. So I have no strain in my core, nor do I have strain in my hip flexors. What I'm doing is really pulling the toes to me as I press the heels away from me. Stay here. One more inhale. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Give yourself a hug around the shins. Plant the palm or plant your feet onto the mat. Scoot up to the top of the mat. Extend the arms out in front of you. Then slowly begin to lower down one vertebrae at a time onto your mat. Extend the fingertips towards the heels, preparing for a bridge pose. Many variations of a bridge pose here. Knees are stacked over ankles. I'm going to shimmy the shoulder blades up underneath me. Reach for the ankles here as I press the hips up to the mat, up to the sky. Really squeezing the glutes. Now here's some variations. I can use my palms, my hands, to press the hips up even more. Feel that nice dynamic stretch here all along the front body. I can interlace the fingers, press the palms together, and reach them towards my feet. The chest goes to the chin, and the chin stays up. Now to keep the throat open. You can also use blocks. Stay with your breath if you're in it. You could also use the blocks for support up underneath the lower back. And I can find this will be more of a restorative here. If you want more added, you can come up onto the toes. Hands can come out to the side for more. Yep. Take a deep inhale. One more squeeze. And then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Nice and easy. Breathe the knees to touch, like so, and then the feet out wide. And allow the knees to fall from one side to the other. Then we extend the left leg to the sky and bring that left ankle to the right knee, like so. And we're going to find a figure 4. So I grab underneath the hammy here, flex the toes, and it will look like so from this side. Now you can either grab this shin or the foot, pull the left leg to you. You should feel a nice stretch in the hip, the piriformis muscle. Lower back. Beautiful. Relax that foot down. Re-extend the leg, and then we'll switch it out. Left leg to the sky, ankle to knee. You can sit here like this and just press that knee away from you. I feel a stretch here in the hip flexors. And then we can grab behind the thigh here and pull it to us. That changes the stretch to this outer hip.
Stay with your breath. Do not allow your breath to be constricted here. So really deep inhales. It's all about the quality of your breath. Quality of your breath, the quality of your life. One more inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Relax that foot down. Re-extend the leg and then come back here. Now we're going to gather the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug around the shins, maybe rock side to side. And then we're going to extend the legs to the sky, flex the toes to the face. Point, flex, point, flex. Now we're going to find a happy baby. So I bend the knees, take the thighs to the core. Find either the inner ankle or the outside ankle or even behind the legs. And then doing the best I can to keep this lower sacrum down onto the mat. So my happy baby, I'm coming here. You can extend the legs, play around. You can rock side to side. Take a deep inhale and an exhale. Beautiful. Bring the knees back to touch. Give yourself a big hug. We're going to move into Shavasana here. I will wake you after Shavasana. You just allow your body to relax and be easy. Take a deep inhale, fill up forehead to knees. Take one big deep inhale and hold for 3, 2, 1. Release the legs and arms. Allow the legs to extend nice and long. Relax the ankles, the knees, the hips. Arms out to the side, palms up. Relax the shoulders, the face, the eyes. And just find some moment of stillness. I'll wake you. Allow your breath to be easy, natural. Begin to invite some movement back into the body. Stay with your breath. Maybe wiggle the toes and the fingers. Maybe a stretch overhead. Wake up the jaw and the eyes. Take a deep inhale, stretch. And then exhale, bring the soles of the feet onto the mat, or you can give yourself a hug around the shins. And then you're going to roll over to the right side in a fetal position. Placing the top hand onto the floor, relaxing the hand on the bicep. And here, in this posture, it is a posture of rebirth, rejuvenation. And we have changed the body. We have gone through the ups and downs of our practice. And we have renewed with every inhale and every exhale. Give some love and gratitude to Mother Earth, our home, our birthplace. And then we'll press up into a seated position, maybe a Sukhasana. And we'll close out our practice together, bringing prayer palms to heart center. We're going to create the sound and vibration of life and the universe that comes from within. The sound Om is the sound of the universe. It is our vibrational sound. You can hum by or we can take the traditional om. It is ah, o, and it sounds like this. Take a deep inhale, fill up. Exhale toward om. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for sharing your journey. Thank you for sharing your breath and your prana, your life. With honor to the lineage of this practice and honor to you, I bow to you with love, peace, and harmony. May you always be protected, and may you always be in love. Thank you, friends. Peace and love. Join me tomorrow. Again, my name is Will. This is Free Will Yoga. This is your private virtual yoga studio. More videos will come. Check out the webpage, freewillyoga.org. I also offer a monthly membership so you can have a recording of these classes and then you can practice on your time. Please reach out if you have any questions, concerns. I will add different classes, different modalities. I teach Hatha, Vinyasa, Restorative. I teach breath work. I also do sound healing and guided meditations. So I will be here as your guide, and I am so honored to go along with this journey with you. Again, thank you. Peace and love.